Hey guys, Julian here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about a new rack that I've created for Ableton that I'm really excited about called the Ultimate Rumble Cake Rack. What this is it is a rack, an audio effect rack, designed to be put on any cake to turn it into the Ultimate Rumble Cake for Techno. You can find this in the description for just $5. With this, you get the rack, which works for Live 9 and Live 10. Like I said, here's a quick demonstration of it in Live 9. So yeah, you can see it working in there. Like I said, you can get this in the description for just $5. With this, you get the rack as well as all the project file and samples, a MIDI, and presets from this little demo track that I've created as well, which I'll play for you right now. And then you can hear the kick. So just to show you what's going on here, here is without the rack, and then I'll turn it on. So you can hear what this does. What's going on here is I have a bunch of different effects in here. And then I also have a little bit more inside of here. And then what I've got going on is I have these all routed to these macros. So you can just quickly drop this on a kick and get it going. This is designed to work with any kick sample. We could put a few different ones through it as well. Like I have a few from some of my videos. Like maybe we'll try like this one. There we go. So you can hear it works with multiple different samples. And the idea here is, like I said, it just turns it into the ultimate rumble cake for techno. So the first macro we have here is the attack. This is essentially like the impact at the start of the sound. Think of this kind of like turning up the transient. Like it's making it just hit a little bit harder. I'll turn it down and then I'll start turning it up. So you can hear this is really useful because when you're putting a track up against reference tracks, oftentimes a sample just straight out of a sample pack or just wherever you may have pulled it from doesn't really have, like it has the seed of that like hard hitting attack to it, but it doesn't really have it just right off the bat. So this is meant to allow you to control that and turn it up and really get your kick hitting that extra bit of hardness. The next thing here is the rumble style. So this allows you to flip between sort of different sounds with the rumble, if that makes any sense. I'll show you what it does. You can get like this more bassy and focused rumble, or you can dial it over here to this more kind of like deep and dark one. Then we have the blend. This just blends between the dry signal and allows you to blend in the rumble. After that, we have this fat knob, which fattens the kick up. So this is just like the attack. This isn't just about adding a rumble, but this is about fattening the kick up. Like the idea with this rack is I didn't want it to just be something that you can drop on just to get the rumble, because just the rumble on its own, if I turn off this attack and turn off the fat and turn off these things here that are sort of like shaping the sound in other ways, you can hear. Yeah, it sounds like a rumble kick. But there's more to the rumble kick than just the rumble. So these macros here, like the fat and the attack and this other fat down here and the scoop, all that kind of stuff, are meant to really allow you to take a kick and do that. Like I said, I wanted this to be a one-stop shop, not just something that you drop on and then you have to go and add a bunch of stuff after. So the fat knob, you can hear even with it at the lowest setting, it's still fatter than just like the dry kick. But it just allows you to really push the rumble and the kick together and get it sounding like full and fat and really like professional too. It's like the idea behind this is, again, I didn't want to just create another rack which can just put some reverb on your kick, but something that's really going to give you that professional and full sounding kick that you need to get your tracks signed to labels and to get a really professional sound. From there we have the shape. So this allows you to kind of shape the sound sonically. And filter it in some different ways. This is useful when you're dropping different kicks into here. Like different kicks are going to respond different ways. So this allows you to kind of shape the sound to match with that. After that, we have this transient shaper. So this allows you to kind of dial the rumble back a little bit. Like, you can take it, and if you don't know what a transient shaper is, essentially, it's sort of like, it kind of works like this. Like, if I show you on the fade out here on the simpler, how that, like, is just getting shorter, but it's, like, fading out smoothly. That's what a transient shaper does. This is really useful with the rumble kick, because you can hear when we have it all the way down, the rumble is pretty in your face. So it's nice to have something like this where you can kind of dial it back a little bit. And you're still getting the rumble, but it's a bit tighter now. After that, we have the second fat knob. This is fat with a PH. So with this, it allows you to kind of get that extra bit of fatness. The idea is, like, you can have this down, and it's still a pretty hard hitting kick. But then say you're like, okay, I want to take this to the next level. Like, I want to push this even harder and get it just that full, like, fatness. You just start turning this up. And you can hear it'll really give you that extra push. So again, just kind of adding stuff so it's not just a rumble, but like, so it's actually like a professional sounding kick. From there, the last knob we have here is the scoop knob. This just kind of scoops out the sound a little bit, and like the low mid-range, this is really useful. This is like one of those things, like when you're putting different kicks into here, different kicks are going to have a different amount of low mid-range, and that low mid-range can get really messy, and that's something that I hear a lot when people send in tracks that they just don't know how to do. So this, not that it does it for you, but it allows you to do it in a more controlled and easy way if you're still figuring out what you're doing, or even if you know what you're doing and you just want like something a little bit different. This just allows you to kind of scoop that out a bit and clean it up so the kick doesn't get muddy. Again, not every kick is going to need this, but it is just a helpful sonic shaping tool. So yeah, that is the rack. Like I said, you can get this in the description for just $5. With that, you get the Rumble rack, which is going to work in Ableton 9 and Ableton 10, and then you also get this project file for this track that I created with it. Because I figured, what good is this stuff if it's not actually usable in a professional label quality track? So that is it for this one, guys. Like I said, make sure to check out the rack in the description. You get all of these samples, MIDI, and presets, and this project file, as well as this awesome Rumble kick rack for just $5. And yeah, as always, make sure to like this video as well as subscribe. And let me know what you think of this video in the comments. Thank you so much, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow with another video.